Governor Palin will be with us momentarily. I have breaking news for you right now. This is from President Obama speaking at the Business Roundtable. He says, and I'm quoting directly, "There is definitely a deal to be done on corporate tax reform." He used the term cautious optimism and said the time is right to work with Speaker Boehner and Senator McConnell. Perhaps an area he's willing to compromise, but he did say that just moments ago before the Business Roundtable. Got it. All right, let's get to the big story with Governor Sarah Palin. Governor, it's great to have you back on the program. I wonder if you'd just give us a comment about what I just said, consumerism going out of style. Do you think that maybe there is a cultural shift in America? Do you think there is?
Yeah, between you and my mother, there sounds like there should be a cultural. You sound just like my mom when she says, "Honey, can't we all just write each other poems for Christmas? We don't need all this junk." I think reality bites, and reality is biting the American consumer when we're realizing that there is a lot of, well, take holidays, superficiality involved, and many people want to get back to a more, I guess, simplistic and sincere lifestyle, and we do want to get rid of some of the stuff that we maybe have felt compelled to purchase because of marketing measures that have been so successful. But not only that, but Stuart, you're right. A lot of people don't have the disposable income that we used to have, and we're just, I believe, making wiser choices, despite the marketing that gets crammed down our throats to have to buy.
Yeah. I just want you to listen to a brief clip from a mom on Fox and Friends this morning. Now, her family decided to cancel Christmas this year. Listen to this. Actually,
having a blast, turning this into a different kind of a gift, and just looking at it maybe that instead of giving our kids actual physical gifts, we're giving our kids the gift of perspective and the gift of really the true meaning of Christmas. And that is what is so great about it, is I feel like we're getting down to what Christmas is actually really about, which is the birth of the Savior and giving, and just that spirit of giving rather than just, it has become so commercialized.
Okay, your take on that, please, Governor.
Well, I agree with that. You know, I wrote Good Tidings, Great Joy, Protecting the Heart of Christmas last year, and that book talks about the true meaning of Christmas, and remembering that, as this mom was saying too, that the true meaning of Christmas is not the materialism that we are bombarded with, but it should be a year-round acknowledgement of the humbleness of our Savior, Jesus Christ, being born in a manger. And that's what, of course, the celebration of Christmas is all about. So she's absolutely right. But, you know, back to the economic aspects of this, Stuart, look at what big government is doing to our small businesses, which of course would be the economic engine in this country, our small business community, with the overregulation and the tax disincentives for production and reward for work ethic in our small businesses. When big government so overreaches into our small businesses, then that creates an atmosphere where we are forced to reconsider our buying practices and habits, because we do have fewer incentives. We have that lower level of disposable income because government is taking so much from us, and we're kind of forced to face this reality this Christmas season.
The left is going to have a go at you when I ask you the following question. I can see it coming a mile off, and so can you, but I'm going to ask the question anyway. I'm going to ask about Russia. It's now entered into a recession because the price of oil is so... Yeah, exactly.
There it is. Right. Yes.
You know this is coming right at you, but I'm going to ask the question anyway. I think a lot of people are very worried about what Putin's going to do now. The price of oil has crashed to $67 a barrel. He needs much higher oil prices. He's gone into recession. The ruble has crashed. A lot of people think maybe this guy will lash out and invade somebody else. What do you think?
Well, perhaps. I mean, that is an option of his. He probably has other reasons why he wants to lash out, though. And the price of oil, though, a barrel, you know, $70 today, that's good for the consumer because, as you've reported, the price of a gallon of gasoline is a lot lower today, too. But remember back in like the 80s and even early 90s when a barrel of oil was, at least here in Alaska, our crude was down to about $10 a barrel barrel, and we still survived, and Russia didn't attack anybody. But when you have unstable leadership across the world, like you see in China and in North Korea and in Russia, you never know what's going to happen. So that is more reason for the United States of America to be so sovereign and safe and economically secure by making wise conservative decisions about where public dollars are going to go, so that we don't have to worry about what some crazy Putin is going to do.
But this president, Governor, President Obama, he won't use that leverage. We could have far more leverage if we drilled on federal lands, if we did offshore drilling, if we got more domestic oil production, we've got more leverage. But this president, hey, can you explain this to me? Why doesn't he want that leverage on the world stage? Why not?
Our president has absolutely no clue about what that inherent link between energy and sovereignty, energy and security and prosperity is, because he has no experience, I think, in the real world or even in the corporate world, and understanding how energy is so extremely important for our economy and for our security. So, you know, that being said, that our president is clueless about all this, you would think, though, that the Democrats, especially from oil-producing states, would be able to influence Democrat leadership like our president and help explain to him that we could take away Putin's power. We could take away the threats from some of these emerging economies, too, who are using energy as a weapon against us. And like you say, you take that away by being sovereign and secure in your own energy security, your own energy independence. You do that by drilling domestically. And when you hear President Obama spew this BS about what he has done to increase domestic supplies of energy, remember, it is BS, because on federal lands, he still locks it up. He still wants it locked up. It's private lands and it's state lands where state leadership that understands why domestic energy independence is so important. It's what we have done to produce domestically. It's not what President Obama has done.
You know, you're going to make two headlines. You've talked about Russia, and you've talked about BS. I think the headlines are being written as we speak, Governor Palin, and we eagerly await their arrival. Governor Palin, everyone, thank you so much for joining us. We will see you again real soon. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Liz, you were
in 2008 and 2012, the president, his campaign, actively dismissed the idea of drill, baby, drill. Actually called it absurd. It's that drill, baby, drill here in the United States would not work. That the oil prices are set on the global stage. Well, guess what? It is about global supply. This is so key to that story. So do we dismiss those positions taken during campaigns?
He did
ridicule it. Yeah, in both the 2008 and 2012.
Glad you got that in, Liz. Thank you very much.